Long ago, in the land of Egypt, a mighty battle took place, not with swords or chariots, but with wonders and signs. The God of Israel stood against the gods of Egypt, proving that he alone is the creator of all things. This is the story of the 10 plagues, a story of power, faith, and freedom. The Nile River was the lifeblood of Egypt, worshipped as the god Hapi, who brought fertility and abundance. But when Pharaoh refused to let God's people go, the Lord struck the Nile, turning its waters into blood. Fish died, the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink from it. The so-called giver of life was powerless before the true God. This is what the Lord says: "By this you will know that I am the Lord. With the staff that is in my hand, I will strike the water of the Nile and it will be changed into blood." Next, frogs swarmed out of the Nile, invading homes, beds, and even ovens. The Egyptians worshipped Hecate, the frog-headed goddess of birth and fertility, but now, her own sacred creatures became a curse. Pharaoh begged Moses to stop the plague, but once the frogs were gone, his heart hardened again. Moses replied, "It will be as you say, so that you may know there is no one like the Lord our God." Then dust became gnats, swarms of tiny pests covering people and animals. The Egyptians worshipped Geb, the god of the earth, believing he controlled nature. But the very ground they revered now brought misery. Even Egypt's magicians admitted, "This is the finger of God." The magicians said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." But Pharaoh's heart was hard. Swarms of flies filled the land, except in Goshen, where God's people lived. The Egyptians worshipped Khepri, the scarab beetle god, symbolizing transformation. But now insects brought chaos, not order. Pharaoh tried to bargain, but God would not compromise. His people must be free. But on that day, I will deal differently with the land of Goshen, where my people live. No swarms of flies will be there, so that you will know that I, the Lord, am in this land. Then, disaster struck Egypt's livestock. Cows, oxen, and sheep dropped dead. Hathor, the cow-headed goddess of love, and Apis, the mighty bull god, could not protect them. Yet not one animal belonging to Israel died. God was showing he alone controls life and death. But the Lord will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and that of Egypt, so that no animal of the Israelites will die. Painful boils broke out on people and animals. Sekhmet, the goddess of healing, and Isis, the great healer, were powerless. Even Egypt's magicians could not stand before Moses because of their sores. God was humbling Egypt's pride. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils that were on them. Then came hail mixed with fire, a storm like never before. Nut, the sky goddess, and Set, the storm god, were silenced. Crops were destroyed, trees shattered, yet Goshen remained untouched. Some Egyptians who feared God's warning saved their servants and livestock, but Pharaoh still refused to surrender. But I have raised you up for this very purpose, that I might show you my power, and that my name might be proclaimed in all the earth. A thick cloud of locusts swallowed every green thing left in Egypt. Osiris, the god of crops and harvest, failed his people. Pharaoh's officials begged him, "Let the Israelites go." But again, after the locusts were gone, Pharaoh hardened his heart. They covered all the ground until it was black. They devoured all that was left after the hail, everything growing in the fields and the fruit on the trees. Then darkness, thick, suffocating darkness, covered Egypt for 3 days. No light, no movement. Ra, the mighty sun god, was defeated. Yet in Goshen there was light. Pharaoh tried to bargain, but Moses declared, "Not one hoof will be left behind." No one could see anyone else or move about for 3 days. Yet all the Israelites had light in the places where they lived. The final plague struck at the heart of Egypt's pride. The death of every firstborn son, from Pharaoh's palace to the lowest slave. Only those who trusted God and marked their doors with lamb's blood were spared. That night Pharaoh, who thought himself a god, wept for his own son, and finally let Israel go. On that same night I will pass through Egypt and strike down every firstborn of both people and animals, and I will bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt. I am the Lord. The 10 plagues were not just punishments. They were proof. Proof that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the one true God. No idol, no king, no power can stand against him. Today, He still delivers those who trust in him. Just as he freed Israel, he will make a way for you. Our God is in heaven, he does whatever pleases him. Just as the Israelites were saved by the blood of the Lamb, we are saved by the blood of Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God. If you believe in him, repent of your sins, and are baptized by immersion into Christ as an adult, you will be set free from sin and death. Visit any nearby Church of Christ where loving Christians will help you obey the gospel and begin your new life in Christ. Trust in the Lord, he is mighty to save. Obey the gospel today, repent and be baptized. Visit a Church of Christ near you.